First up, coconut oil. It easily penetrates the scalp by getting deep into its follicles. It's high in fatty acids that strengthens the hair, and it conditions the scalp and helps regrow the hair. Always buy an organic cold pressed virgin oil so you know it's high quality. Next up is avocado oil, which is one of the king oils for hair growth that strengthens your roots. It boosts blood flow to the hair follicles and unclogs blocked follicles. It effortlessly penetrates the hair and the scalp, carrying high levels of vitamins and minerals. Plus, it helps prevent hair loss and other dandruff-related problems. Jamaican black castor oil. This is rich in vitamin E, omega-6 and 9. It moisturizes, thickens, strengthens and rapidly increases hair growth. It deposits valuable nutrients to your hair follicles, plus it prevents dandruff and dry, itchy scalp. Next is green tea and ginger. Green tea stimulates the growth of your hair due to an antioxidant it contains called EGCE. It's high in vitamin E and C, plus it boosts healthy hair and significantly reduces hair shedding. Now, ginger is one of the best ingredients for hair growth. It contains magnesium, potassium, fatty acids, and vitamins that provide your hair follicles with nourishment, making them strong and preventing hair loss. Plus, it improves blood circulation and controls dandruff. Bringaraj is an Ayurvedic herb which is considered king of herbs because of its ability to rejuvenate, grow, and nourish the hair. It easily penetrates the scalp, helps with hair loss, dry scalp, and premature graying. Aloe vera powder conditions the hair, nourishes new growth, soothes an irritated scalp, and it balances the pH of the scalp and the hair, and adds moisture. Hibiscus is high in vitamin C. This conditioning herb decreases hair shedding by strengthening and conditioning the roots. It promotes hair growth, helps with scalp problems such as dandruff and dry scalp, plus it prevents dryness and breakage. Amla powder is an Ayurvedic herb which is basically crushed Indian gooseberries. It's high in vitamin C and contains loads of fatty acids which strengthens the hair. It's also a remedy for flaky and itchy scalp, and it stimulates hair growth due to its high iron and carotene levels. Fenugreek powder, which is another Ayurvedic herb, strengthens and nourishes the roots of the hair. It stimulates hair growth, naturally conditions the hair, and is a natural solution to dandruff. Plus, it thickens the hair and adds shine. They come in both seeds and powder. For my essential oils, I use rosemary and lavender. Rosemary stimulates hair growth and can be used to treat dandruff and dry scalp. Lavender promotes hair growth by increasing blood circulation in the scalp. It treats various hair problems such as hair loss and dandruff. Plus, it's said to treat alopecia and head lice. As well as this, it's conditioning and adds shine. You'll also need cup measurers, or specifically just half a cup. An applicator bottle. So for this recipe, we'll be making just over 4 ounces, between 4 and 5. Make sure that the lid is a replaceable lid so that you can put it back on whenever you're finished. And that's it. Let's get started. Firstly, fill up a small pan of water to about 1/4 and place it on the stove. Now put a clean bowl on top, glass or metal, doesn't matter, and add half a cup of coconut oil. Set your heat to low, you don't want your water to be boiling, just simmering. Now measure 2 tablespoons of avocado oil and add it to the bowl. Next, measure 2 tablespoons of Jamaican black castor oil and add it to the bowl. Keep an eye on the water in the pan. The moment it starts to boil, just turn it down. Now add only half a bag of your green tea and ginger. Next, whack in a heaped teaspoon of your Bringaraj powder and a heaped teaspoon of your amla powder, 1 teaspoon of your aloe vera powder, a teaspoon of hibiscus powder. You could use leaves or flowers. I choose to use leaves. I'll tell you why at the end of the video. Lastly, a teaspoon of fenugreek powder. You could either use powder or seeds. I choose to use powder, and again I'll show why at the end of the video. Now you mix it up. You'll find that the consistency gets thinner the warmer it gets. So this is how you want your water to be during the whole process. I learnt this method during my chef days. This speeds up the time of having to leave your oil to fuse for days on end for the same effect. I leave my oil to infuse for about an hour, simmering on the stove, and then when it's ready, I just switch the heat off and let it just sit in its lovely warmness. Remember to stir every 5 to 10 minutes just to make sure that it's evenly distributed. So when it's fully cooled down, then I add my essential oils and I mix it again, and then I just leave it. And here's my daughter. She's come to say hi. Hi! So the last phase now is just straining your oil. So all you'll need is an applicator bottle, a small funnel, a rubber band, a pair of scissors, and a J cloth. You can get any cloth, but the most cost effective way is a J cloth. You can get like 10 for £1. So cut out a small square in your J cloth. Okay, so now gently push your cloth into your funnel. You want to make sure that there's a dip inside so that when you pour the oil in, that it will just seep down to the bottom and it won't overflow over the sides. So you push a dip inside gently and then you fold it over the sides, and you use your elastic band just to keep everything in place around the sides, as I'm showing you now. It can be quite fiddly at first, but you'll get the hang of it. You just want to make sure that there are no gaps as well and no holes, so that the oil only goes into the dip in the funnel into the applicator bottle, and that's it. Ta-da! Doesn't have to be perfect or pretty. As long as it's in place, then you're good to go. So optional, but I always place the cloth down. You can leave your oil to sit for as long as you want, but I would advise that whenever you are ready to strain your oil, then you always warm it up first so that it's a lot more runnier and easier to pour and sieve as well. So I'm just pouring the oil now into a jug so it's easier to pour into the funnel. I did it once without pouring it into a jug and it was one hot mess, so we're not doing that again. So now you just pour the oil from the jug into the funnel. You'll hear it sieve straight away. I already had some oil in here, so it was a bit hard to tell, but trying to turn it so it's easier for you to see. If you look really closely, you can see that the reflection of it dripping. So it's just dripping, it's taking its time. If you want to speed up this process a little bit, just stir it around with a small spoon, metal or plastic, it's up to you. Don't push it through. Pushing it through can also force down the powders, and you don't want that. You just want entirely oil. I use the powders for something else, which I will tell you about in a second. So you just stir it very gently. So a couple of minutes later, most of it will be strained, about 5 ounces. Here's what's left, a dark sludge, but do not throw it away. Guys, it is golden. I use this for my homemade shea butter moisturizer. I'll do a video for that really soon. So here's your oil. It is glorious. I've been using it for me and my daughter for the past couple of months, and our hair has grown. So yeah, it's kid friendly. It smells amazing. Keep it in the dark place out of direct sunlight, and yeah, so that's it. Please like, comment, share and subscribe, and I'll see you all soon. Bye.